This is a good question. Overrated, underrated, Eric Dickerson. He's very polarizing. He was a great running back. He did break O.J. Simpson's record of 2,000 yards. But there are people who looked at him as overrated. And so I was asked about that and how he compared to some backs and some things. And I said, I think his smugness, I think that he played a long time and he played for other teams and it just seemed like he kind of stat pad. He had a heck of a start of his career. And you gotta kind of wonder that he did get to the NFC Championship game. They got shut out by the Bears 46 defense in 85. And he did have other postseason runs, but he never was quite that dude that got the team over the hump. And did that work against him because the 49ers ran and owned that NFC West? Did that work against him? Did people kind of look at him as somebody that kind of just shortchanged and just didn't come up big? You kind of wonder. It's like his numbers were great, but then there's also that fact that his teams didn't really go that far, and he seemed to be kind of like stuck on himself. So did that work against him? The over and over. And this is, players that people kind of like looking at that. Yeah, you were a big name, but you didn't quite get to the next level, with all the hype and hoopla. And he was one of the faces of NFL players in the 80s. Eric Dickerson was, especially in LA, the Jerry curl, the goggles. He was but yet there always seemed to be something that just, he didn't, I don't know. Marcus Allen seemed to get every bit out of what he did. Bo Jackson, of course, you saw with Bo. But Eric Dickerson, for whatever reason, didn't quite, there was a divide there. It was a polarizing divide. Does that make it work well for you when we have these arguments and these debates? For some people, it's a good debate. For some people, it's a good debate. And I tell you why it's a good debate for some people. Because some people are on the fence with certain people. Is that a bad thing? No. If you're considered overrated, underrated, I think all big name athletes, entertainers, we could do that with everybody. There's something overrated, something underrated about him. Dickerson, underrated because he was strong, athletic, and he was great in college and great in the pros, which ain't easy. There are a lot of guys who were great in college and they didn't do much in the pros. Archie Griffin, the only two-time winning Heisman Trophy winner. Reggie Bush. I'm just saying, I can call your names out and get a roll call. I would say even Desmond Howard, who did win the Heisman,